So I think if we add Alvarez, I think Gyökeres goes. And the reason I think he goes is because Atletico need to replace Julian Alvarez. And all the reporting is that they really like Gyökeres. And they'd have some money to play with. Barcelona are linked to. And that way you've got only 2 out-and-out nines without the pressure of, kind of wondering how you're going to promise them more minutes. The problem is now, that's 4 players that have gone. Gyökeres, Martinelli, Waneri, Jesus. And this is where I think the twist comes in. I think everyone's got it in their mind that Waneri, Martinelli and Jesus are definitely gone. But remember what the reporting keeps telling us. There may be a world in which Arsenal sell a player, like Miles Lewis-Skelly has been reported, he's been offered around, whether you believe it or not. There might be a world in which Arsenal sell a player that actually they didn't want to sell. They weren't intending to. Might be unpopular with the fan base. But it might be the only way to generate some cash. Gyökeres might be that player. And if that is the case, then actually the 3 sales aren't Waneri, Martinelli, Jesus, but actually maybe Waneri, Martinelli, and Gyökeres. And Jesus, who can cover on the right, cover on the left, with Alvarez, who can also drop deeper and go left, with Havertz, all 3 of these players are very versatile. Suddenly, there's a way that Arteta can say to them, well, listen, if you're playing well enough, there's a place in this team for you. Just because your partner up front might be playing really well doesn't mean we can't play together, and it gives some tactical versatility. Whereas Gyökeres is the one player that, for Arsenal, has to play in a very particular position. And Arteta very, very, very rarely goes for that type of signing. A player that pigeonholes Arteta into using him in one way. Now, yes, you can use him as a striker in different ways, with the 2 up top, dropping in for link-up or running in beyond in the channels. Sure, you can be pedantic about that if you want, but Gyökeres can only play out front. All these other players pretty much in this squad can play a variety of positions, and that's a flexibility Arteta really likes. So I do think we'll get 2 players in. I'm not saying it's necessarily Alvarez. In fact, my prediction is it's more likely to be Yildiz, because I could see us stumping up the money. Let's bring Yildiz in, and then Gyökeres keeps his place. I think that's probably more likely. But don't rule out the idea that this unpopular sell we keep hearing about is to allow something like Alvarez to happen, and then the likes of Eze and Solis are holding the fort on the left, and Jesus, who can't get a move because maybe his wages are too high. We know he's been linked with the move to Napoli, but maybe his wages are too high. There's 1 year left. Maybe Arsenal just say to Jesus, are you all right being the 3rd in line? You're right just doing a job in the front 3 every, here and there. Then you'll get a better contract next summer and you might walk away with the 6th Premier League title.